Hi guys, I'm Cody Jay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now if you're one of those people, such as myself, who has always wondered, is waterproof makeup legit? Well, in today's video I'm reviewing 3 makeup products that are allegedly waterproof. So if you'd like to see me blast my face with some water later to see if these makeup items hold up, stick around. Okay guys, so I'm going to do a light beat today because I'm going to end up spraying my face with some water to test out and see if these makeup products really are waterproof. Now, I don't know what my expectations are, but I would love to know right now, what are your guys' expectations? Do you think waterproof makeup is legitimate or is it not? Do you think it's going to stay on my face or do you think it's not? Now, I'm using a foundation, an eyeliner, and a mascara that are all allegedly waterproof. I'm going to say allegedly so many times in this video, I'm just giving you some warning. But the rest of my makeup items that are not waterproof are just going to, probably come running off my face, which is fine. We are just going to mainly be checking out to see if a foundation, mascara, and eyeliner are waterproof. So those are the ones we're going to be nitpicking. But I'm going to go through everything like I normally would to keep it as fair as possible, including setting spray and all that good shiz. So I'm going to kind of go through my makeup pretty quickly. I'm not going to throw on any lashes at the end of this. I'm not going to do an in-depth eyeshadow look either because why spend so much time if I'm literally going to ruin it, at the end of this video. But when I'm paying attention to these alleged waterproof products, then of course I'll get a little bit more in-depth and show you everything and explain them a little bit more. Everything else I'm just kind of like, let's go, Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay guys, so to start with this face, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Primer and give a nice little moisture boost to my skin. Now, as I've said in almost every video, I'm not a huge fan of primer. I don't really know if it does anything, but we're just gonna do it because I'm a beauty guru and it's what you gotta do, You gotta put the primer on, or else people say, put primer on, so you do it. You do it. Okay guys, now that primer's on, the first allegedly waterproof makeup item I have for you guys is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. Mouthful. Now this is a medium to full coverage foundation that is lightweight, oil-free, long wear, and water resistant. Now, I picked this out in Target the other night and couldn't really shade match, so I was kind of like holding things up to me to see what it kind of looked like. So I guess if this isn't a perfect shade match, I'll just be James Charles for the rest of this video and you can sister sue me later. So I'm just going to put this on the back of my beauty sponge. This is actually a Beaky beauty sponge. I found these on Amazon. You can get like a 5-pack of them. I actually have them right here. You can get a 5-pack of these bad boys for $10 and they're super soft, they're beautiful colors, and it's much better than spending $20 or $25 for a single beauty blender. We don't have time for that. So I'm just gonna grab my mirror and I'm just gonna start applying this and see what happens. Now at first glance, it's a pretty decent, if not almost perfect shade match. It may be a little light, but what can you do when you're buying it in store without actually getting to try it on or swatch it at like 3 in the morning. But since it says it's 2-in-1, it's also supposed to do the job of a concealer. And I had a couple little breakouts because I just got home from Florida after a few days, and for someone who doesn't drink at all, I was plastered the entire trip. Like, the entire trip I was drunk, and I don't drink at all, so it was a mess. But anyway, I have a vlog video coming up for that, so hopefully you enjoy that. But I'm hoping, since it's also supposed to conceal, that it does cover up some of the redness and little breakouts that I have. And so far, I'm thinking it's doing a good job. Now, of course, I'm not doing like a wear test or anything like this for the foundation specifically because we're only testing out to see if it's waterproof or not. Okay guys, foundation is on, and even though this isn't a foundation review as far as like how well it works, I still want to give you my thoughts on it. Now, my first thoughts are it has a really nice skin-like finish to me, and I would not say it's full coverage. I would definitely say it's at the lower end of the medium coverage side, but it definitely would be buildable to full coverage. It went on very nice, very smooth, very easily, and as far as the concealing aspect, it took a little bit of redness away from a couple of little red dots that I had, but nothing too crazy. I still would want to cover it with concealer, especially like under eyes and all that, But I have a little bit of shadow here. It didn't really do a good job at my neck, but I do like it. I definitely will keep it. I think it's a good shade match, which is kind of surprising to me. But so that's that for foundation. I will actually probably use this in the future a little bit. Maybe not, my first choice, but like it'll be sitting over there because It's not bad. And also, this beaky sponge is really nice. It's very soft. It blended everything out seamlessly. And the nice thing is, unlike some sponges I've used, the foundation just sits on top of it. It doesn't like soak up into it, which means you have to use less product, which is a plus. So real quick for concealer, I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealer in shade C7. My C5 should be here shortly, but it's been very delayed due to the recent Conspiracy launch, and we're not going to get into that right now. But I'm just going to do my usual areas, my under eyes, a little bit right here, right down the middle of my nose, and a little triangle-ish shape here. Now with that same sponge, I'm just going to blend it out. Whew. I always forget how full coverage this concealer is and how much of a brightening effect it has, but usually when it's a little bit too bright for me, I will use my setting powder and it kind of like tones it down a little bit. So that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Loose setting powder. This is in shade 15 Light, and with that same beauty sponge, I'm just going to dip into it, and I'm just going to tap it in underneath my eyes and anywhere I put that concealer. And since this is not a translucent powder, it will change the shade a little bit underneath my eyes, which I currently want, because it tones down the brightening effect a little bit. So sometimes I'll use concealers just like the Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealer because it has a super, super high coverage formula, and then I'll use this powder to kind of tone down the brightening effect, because sometimes it's a little overwhelming. Now if I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, then I don't really have to worry about using this powder. I'll just use a translucent powder because the color is where I want it to be already and it's not super bright. So already you can see it's much, much, much better. The brightening is toned down while the coverage is still there. Everything looks seamless, smooth, beautiful. Dare I say perfect? Alright, quickly I'm going to dive into my new favorite Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Kit. Now, the dark side is really, really perfect for my face. Most contouring kits I've found don't work for me. So I've been trying to take it up a little bit higher lately and only go down to like the outer corner of my eye. I feel like I don't have a large enough face to really take it in too far, or else it's just weird. But I'm loving this shade. I'm thinking it's doing a great job. So I'm going to stick with it for a little while. Now, if you have a dupe for this or one that's just super comparable and you think I would like, please let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to have more products to try and use. I don't always want to use the same products, but I also don't want to waste my money on products that are just a name, to be honest. So I like things that actually work and are actually affordable, like the majority of us. Now, with this much smaller brush, I'm going to dip into that same contour kit, and I'm going to go right down the bridge of my nose to slightly contour it. Nothing crazy, but I do like to go down the bridge a little bit, and I take it in just a smidge. Come on, Snatched. Okay, even though every single video I always say I'm going to do brows first, and I always do brows afterwards, this video is obviously no different than those, because now I'm going to do brows. But if you're already like, hey, bro, your brows are freaking phenomenal, thank you. You can follow Lissa Lewis on her Instagram, which I will link down below, because she is the queen of waxing, and she gets these bad boys looking sharp as and perfect all the time. Like, I've always had issues with my eyebrows, and this is probably the first time I've ever been like super, super happy, because sometimes my right one is like fat and then like meh, and this one's like elongated. So I'm just gonna really lightly fill them in with my dark brown Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, my shape is perfect, like I said, so I'm just gonna brush them up out of the way like you're supposed to. Very lightly dip in with my JS7 brush and lightly fill them in. Okay, brows are already done, and it took me literally 60 seconds to do both of these beautiful caterpillars because they were already like pretty perfect. I'm not even gonna carve them out because what's the point? They're looking snatched. So, on to the next thing. I'm going to prime my eyelids with my trusty P. Louise base. This is in shade Rumor 01. This is the best eyeshadow base I have ever used. I've still yet to try the colored bases, which I think would save me so much time on my cut creases and my like really artsy eye looks that if you haven't followed my Instagram or Twitter, both at Cody Jay Artistry, you should, because all of my really like artsy, creative, like off the wall eye looks are over there, so I would recommend checking them out. They're definitely a lot more creative than what you see on my YouTube channel, because with my hooded eyes and with the type of videos I do, it's not all about like these in-depth, crazy detailed eyes, so I save that for my Instagram and Twitter, and on here you get more of like a nice blend, sometimes a nice cut crease, you know, things like that. So with the same little beauty sponge that I've been using, I'm just going to put a little bit of my base on top of it. Now, a little goes a long way. I always say that, but it really, really does. It blends out nicely, but I just go over my lid and I like to bring it up diagonally. I like to kind of trace out where I'm going to put my shadow, and that's where I put my base. Okay, my eyelids are already primed, looking blank, ready for some eyeshadow. But real quick, I'm going to set my face with my Morphe X Jeffree Star spray before I forget. Still smells decadent. So for today's little eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Alyssa Edwards palette. This palette is absolutely beautiful. It has some of my absolute favorite shades. So let's jump on in. So I'm thinking for this look, I'm gonna do something semi-neutral, which again, y'all are already laughing like, Cody, every time you try to do neutral, it ends up pink or purple, which is probably what's gonna happen today. But I'm mainly gonna use neutral colors, I promise, I swear, I swear. Oh, can we also talk about the backdrop? Do we love it? Is it much better than the gray? Because I think it's much better than gray. I also have a silver one, and they're all like sequined? They're all sequined backdrops, and these little sequins are all over the floor, and it's a mess, but do it for the viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it for you. So the shades I'm thinking about, I'm gonna start in my crease with Ho, which is this shade right here. Then I'm gonna deepen it up with Back Rolls, and then I'm gonna deepen my outer corner with a little bit of BBDC. And for the inner corner, I think I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of Inspire, which is this gold brown shimmer shade right here. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm gonna dip into Ho. It's actually H-O-E, but like Ho, you know? And I'm just gonna put this in my crease area a little bit higher, because if you're one of those people, again, such as myself, who has hooded eyes, you would know that you do not put your shades in your actual crease. You take them up a little bit higher, or else you will lose all the shades when you open your eyes. Now, being that these are Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows, the pigment is there. The kickback, none. Fallout, we don't know her. So anything Anastasia Beverly Hills I've ever tried has been perfection. So definitely a brand that's on the top of my list. Definitely a brand I would recommend. Yes, they're a little bit pricey, but it's one of those things like you get what you pay for. Do you want to buy a cheap palette that doesn't blend, doesn't have pigmentation, fallout everywhere, kickback everywhere, or do you want to spend a couple more bucks and get one that has all the great things I already listed? Easy. Now with that same M433 brush, I'm just going to wipe it off a little bit, dip into that second shade, the darker brown Back Rolls, and I'm just going to deepen up my outer crease like so, and bring it down into my outer corner, my little outer V, and work it up into O. Then I'm just going to drag it down to my inner corner. Don't forget small circular motions, once in a while a couple windshield wiper motions, but mainly little circles. Now if this isn't the most neutral thing you've ever seen on my channel thus far, don't know what is. Now with a slightly smaller M456 Morphe brush, I'm going to dip into BBDC, which was that purple shade, and on the outer corner I'm just going to very lightly blend it into my outer V, bringing it up, bringing it down into my actual crease a little bit just for some more depth. Just a little pop of color, you know. Can't always stay away from color. Now for this eye look, I'm not going to cut my crease, but I am going to go in with my Morphe M224 brush. This is a flat brush, and I'm going to go in with Inspire, which is that goldish brown shimmer shade, and I'm just going to take it on all the spots that you don't see the brown eyeshadow, the flat spots you see right here, the white ones, yeah, those ones. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to stamp it on from my inner corner all the way over, just to give it that little pop of shine. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now once you have that shimmer shade applied to your inner corner, one last time I'm going to go in with my Morphe M456 brush. I'm going to go back in one more time with a little bit of Back Rolls mixed with BBDC, tap off any excess, which is hardly any, and I'm just going to blend in those outer edges into my outer V, just so there's no harsh lines. So for my under eye, I'm going to go with my Makeup Shack T14 brush, and I'm going to dip into a little bit of the Supreme, which is right here. It's a very light brown kind of color. I'm going to dip into that, tap it off, and I'm just going to lightly drag it underneath, connecting it to my outer corner, bringing it all the way around. Once you have that shade applied, dip into a little bit of Ho for the final time, and just blend that into it as well, just to darken it and give it a little bit of dimension. Alright, now the eyes are pretty much finished, on to our next allegedly waterproof makeup item. I'm going to be going in with the Loreal Paris Infallible Long Wear Black, allegedly waterproof eyeliner. Now, I never do my eyeliner on camera just because I'm all like, oh, but for this video I'm going to because we're reviewing it. So I'm just going to put it onto my waterline. Now, literally within 3 seconds, I can already tell you I don't like this product in general. That first eye went on very weird. The texture of it's weird. It's very waxy feeling, and I don't like that at all. The color's strange. I already don't like it.
Hello? Where's the pigment?
Now, this is an eye pencil, which is probably why I don't already like it. I've been using the ColourPop Gel Cream eyeliners, which have been like mind-blowingly amazing. They stay. The pigment's amazing. My eyes are very watery, and it doesn't go away when I use them. These, I'm not loving this already, but we're here to talk about if it's waterproof or not if I just like the product in general. So up next, I'm going to go with my L'Oreal, allegedly waterproof, Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. Now, I'm not putting on false lashes like I said, because what's the point of going through all that? But I do want to say I have a video coming up. It's a full dedicated video. It'll be a shorter one, but it's a fully dedicated video on a lash binder, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the most revolutionary false lash application tool on the planet, and I'm honored to say I'm finally affiliated with them. So that's not for now, that's for later, but just letting you know it's coming up. So I'm going to throw on my mascara real quick. Gosh, I'm already having like PTSD from the last time I put mascara on, which was in my No Mirror Makeup Challenge, which I will link right now. It's a hilarious video, and I didn't do too badly, but I stabbed myself in the eye. Spoiler alert. So this mascara is definitely one that's going to stay because it did a really good job. And like I said, I'm not putting lashes on, but just with the mascara itself, it looks really great. The eyeshadow looks amazing. So one last step is to do my lips real quick. I'm going to line them with the NYX Cosmetics Suede Lip Pencil in the shade Lima. Who knows? So I'm just going to slightly overdraw them. Okay, now that my lips look crazy right now, I'm going to top them with my favorite lipstick ever. This is from Beauty Bakery. This is in shade Salted Caramel Mocha. Now, this liquid lip is by far one of the best I've ever used. Like, shout out to Beauty Bakery for always making such incredible products. Now, the doe foot applicator looks like this. It holds so much product, it smells good, and literally you dip in one time and you're set for your entire lip. So I'm just going to put this on real quick. So I'm just going to take this small fluffy e.l.f. brush. I'm just going to tap it around to blend it in to the lip pencil. Okay, lips are done. I'm going to give my face one final set with my Morphe X Jeffree Star Spray. Fan that for a moment. Okay guys, now that everything is finished, it's time to test if this foundation, eyeliner, and mascara is waterproof. Say some prayers. Okay, now, I know I said like 87 times that I wasn't going to do lashes because what's the point? But I can't be a growing YouTuber if I don't put on lashes just for the hell of it, you know what I'm saying? So I threw on my favorite pair of Dalzera lashes. These are in style Leo, and I think that it completes the look, and I was kind of feeling nude without them, so I needed them. So it's okay. Do it for the views. Do it for the views. Now I have my little spray bottle of water and my paper towels, and I'm just going to blast my face with some water and then just very lightly pat dry my face after I let it run for a few seconds to see if the foundation, the mascara, and the eyeliner have stayed put. Let's do it. Okay, and the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that feels, oh, that's a lot. We're just gonna hold this here, protect the Aeropostale clothes, and we're just going to give it a second, and we're just going to see. I feel like that was a sufficient amount of water. So we're just going to see here in a couple seconds if it runs. I'm going to blink a few times just to get it all over. Ooh, that burns. Okay, so let's pat dry very lightly. Very lightly. Okay. Oh, I can't see anything. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, well, looking at the paper towel, do we see foundation? Do we see mascara? Do we see eyeliner? We see the very, very smallest bit of foundation and a little bit of black, so I don't know what that is yet. So let's grab the mirror real quick. I'm just gonna finish blotting everything just to get my face dry again. Okay, so my right eyelash is already wonky, which you should probably be able to see. The left one is like probably on its way to being that way. Lipstick and everything looks great because we're not worried about that, but it still looks great. Foundation looks amazing. Like, not gonna lie, foundation looks amazing. It doesn't look like anything was removed anywhere. I did, like I said, pat my face dry. I gave it a little bit of pressure, but that amount of water shouldn't ever be on your face. Now, when I think of waterproof, I think of like it being synonymous with sweatproof, because the only reason your face would be wet is if you sweat or there's moisture, and that's, you know, that is what it is. But just blasting your face with that much water and it's running down your face, like, how likely is that to happen? And if we're talking about practical makeup usage, it's not like you're jumping into a pool. Like, I see some people have done videos like this and then they're literally jumping in the pool, and like, that's cool and all for testing out waterproof stuff, but I also like my channel to be practical. Now, getting blasted in the face with water probably isn't practical, but it's a lot more practical than jumping in a pool. I'm kind of shook the house. Just kidding, I'm not that person. Actually, I have been for the last couple days because I discovered that phrase, and for literally the last like week, everything has been the house, and people have been yelling at me for saying it because they're like, stop being annoying, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm annoying the house. But anyway, the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation that is waterproof is Cody Jay approved for being waterproof, and the whole foundation and the formula itself looks pretty great, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. The Loreal Paris Infallible Black Eyeliner is waterproof and also Cody Jay approved. And finally, the Loreal Paris Waterproof Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara is Cody Jay approved. It is waterproof, it's beautiful, it's black, it's stunning, it's perfect. So, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of happy though. So if I know I'm going out somewhere and it's going to be super hot and I might be kind of getting sweaty, this is definitely something I'm going to go to. Like, all three of these products are products I'm going to reach for. So I'm very excited to say that they all worked. I'm very happy that my makeup still looks pretty fantastic, minus the wonky eye. So I would definitely buy these products if you're looking for something waterproof and affordable. I think the foundation was like $8, $10, something like that. The mascara I think was like $8 or $9, and the eyeliner was like $6. Don't quote my prices, they could be wrong, but it was somewhere around there. Now you guys, let's jump into today's MUA shoutout. Today's MUA shoutout goes to the amazingly talented Christopher J. MUA. Now, I will link all of his social media as well as his YouTube channel down in the description box below. Now, if you'd like to be in my next video's MUA shoutout, all you have to do is, of course, be subscribed to my YouTube channel and retweet this video link when I post it onto Twitter. Now, if you guys like to follow me on my social media, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. They are both at Cody J Artistry. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Click the big red subscribe button so you can join my Jaybaby family, and I will see you guys in the next one.